I just wanna spend some time with you. Yeah. Kick back, relax, and clear my mind with you. Yeah. Tell me about you in and out, and I get doubts. Don't care about the word of mouth, it's just for clout. I wanna find out on my own. I'll spend some hours on the town with you. Yeah.
Yo, y'all already know what fuck going on. And who we are. We Culture Media.
We are.
On the cartel.
No longer Pablo.
That was a one-day thing. I'm here with my co-host.
Yes, it's the queen. Hello, everybody.
Y'all know your boy Hot Rod. What's good, everybody?
And we got a guest.
Y'all.
And my name's DJ Case.
Here we go. I already got the socials on the book.
We got one more coming, but she doing some shit.
She lost somewhere.
It be like that.
Anyway.
Well, how the hell y'all been? That's the real question. How is life going? Let's start there.
My life always straight. Had a little setback, but y'all know about it already.
Might have said that.
Like
Like you
you.
come back.
You know,
I'm in a little
parents
setback
dealing with back to
myself,
school.
Hey. And even as we talk,
Okay, she got the platform in
come on in. Come on in. Hello. Here we go. Perfect time.
She said she had to get cute today.
Oh, no, fine. We were just doing how is life going? Like a mental health check. That's the big C. That's why it's needed.
I don't know why for thing.
I saw your situation.
Been depressed.
Oh, yours?
What situation?
People writing stuff on Facebook.
Ooh, you saw that?
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't even know.
I was just sitting there like.
Disrespectful. I'd have been reported. Don't be talking about that. Report.
I was waiting for the clap.
Oh, I'm not gonna react.
I know, that's why I was like,
That's
damn.
not me. I don't.
It's
I've
like popcorn for no
grown.
reason.
There you go.
I have grown. I have matured so much within a couple of months.
Look at her lying. She want to look at that rest
I'm not
outside.
lying.
You realize how much
No, because guess what? In the day, that's how you feel. So I can't let affect how you feel affect me.
She got more bitch in me.
I mean, probably, but
I got a lot of them left in me. I really do.
Yeah.
And that's my strength. My silence as a woman is my power.
I love the cartel. I don't know shit anymore.
Not even that, because at the end of the day, it's like
Let it all out.
Well, all y'all. Yeah, do something.
there is a
Do
time and a
something.
place for that, though. But sometimes you can just be like, you look
Shit,
crazy.
you know I get down here.
You look
Meet me.
crazy.
Meet me here.
You know, pull up.
We can do whatever you want to do.
I had to throw back.
Don't start rocking.
I'm research, so I can't just
Yeah,
act.
yeah,
I got three things now, man.
Why?
Just don't want to put myself in my situation.
Fuck that. I'll shoot this bitch up.
See?
I'll shoot all this bitch up.
Cartel is not the person to call.
I swear.
But they say, I
Figure
heard
out
the
the
bitch
situation.
out. He heard the bitch
I
out.
got 3 guns for a reason. Each one got a special reason.
What's their names?
AK, AR, and pistol.
Oh, you can give them special names.
They just are what they are.
That's the name here.
Well,
Okay, this situation you want to go to. I got
That's all my
something.
pistol signed off.
Mine was 21 7.
See, my AK, that for shit like it. Like, a nigga want to come in, alright,
Oh.
I'm blue out there back out.
Hey, that's okay.
Don't bring up the fanny pack. Don't bring up the fanny pack. You know how to bring it up.
already, we was just doing a mental health check. That's all we was doing.
Hey, man,
And
y'all
we done
started.
turned into Aaron.
No, you started it. She
No, I-
started
I-
everything out.
Bro, we just looked at
Hey, we were chilling. I
Like,
thought.
how is life going? We airing the bitch out. Okay.
Wow.
Well, my bad. I
That's
ain't,
how we feel, man.
no, I don't feel like it.
Oh, okay.
I'm very mellow.
It didn't seem like it just then, but we were working.
Oh, we can take it out here.
No, we take it
It's
back.
like that. We're back on 10.
What was that movie we watched with camera on it?
It's Robert on here right now.
Can you see?
Kill us easy. I ain't gonna never forget Cameron spitting on that little girl.
Hey, that kid, no. I mean, he's a little girl. Anyway, back to the mental health.
mental health.
So how you doing?
I'm doing, man.
That's the most accurate statement of life. I'm
I'm
doing.
doing.
Life is doing, I'm doing, we just doing.
Yeah, I'm working. I'm just trying to I'm healing.
Yeah,
I
you
say
do.
that.
Healing?
And
From what?
From some situations that I put myself in.
At least you know you put yourself in.
Yeah, I
Other
took-
people be like,
But
no,
it took me a minute to realize it because I was, and you know how you get in that denial
In
state
denial.
at first.
Good
But
dog.
then after you sit back and kind of just think about shit, you just be
No,
like,
I feel-
damn.
I'm still in
damn,
Tennessee.
like,
Hell.
I'm still in penny season. I got tired of being a bigger person. I'm in penny season for a couple of years.
I ain't never been petty. I've never been like that. I swear.
I've been toxic. I've been petty.
I've been toxic.
I've been revengeful.
Toxic.
I can admit to that.
I've been so full of shit no more, like, but
You
hey,
smile like, oh, you know, at least you own it to it.
I'm very me. I know who I am.
Very.
I know who I am.
So right now you're in the petty stage.
Yeah, you in the petty stage.
Hell yeah. I've been a bigger person for 30-something years. I'm tired of it. Let me be the asshole.
Keep growing.
I understand that. I was definitely an asshole last year.
Nah, I knew I was a good person when I found
That's how
you know so much about everybody, but you don't say shit. You gotta be good. I'm like, I can ruin all y'all, but I don't say shit.
You can do what?
Ruin, like everybody.
Oh.
I don't say shit. I just be like,
I really felt that. Cause I couldn't say a lot too, but you know.
hey, people just talk. I'm like, all right. Good.
You hold on, people like, yeah, let me hold that little nugget.
How about you, Sammy?
I'm doing all right. Work is work. Retail is
Retail.
It is what it is. But
The worst thing you did to somebody.
Yeah, I do gotta say, yeah, we're gonna go like that.
I can't like fucking shit. But yeah, what it is.
See?
But I don't be thinking like, what's the worst thing I done did to somebody? I don't be trying to do it. Like, I guess my mind.
I mean, but you done did
I
something.
done did something.
So what you done did?
but there you go.
That's the worst thing you done
Yeah,
did.
that's like the worst thing I done did. I can think about it.
The worst thing you done
I'm
did.
busting one.
She going through the pages. Which one?
The worst thing I did? I really can't say this one.
Wow.
It was something,
Get a little ad lib, just like it had to do with something. There you go. I'm like, yup.
We'll black, we'll do that.
okay,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Yes, you can do
Yeah, I
the
can
worst,
figure it out. Y'all can use it.
the worst thing I did, I was young, y'all. I was young as
I
hell.
was just saying, that's why I was like, we on camera. I can't
Because
say all
I
this.
don't want to miss
It's
my
a camera,
image.
yeah. If you can't be
So I
like
said, you know, she's a model now, so you know you got.
I actually missed that opportunity.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm playing around. I know.
But we still
I'm
gonna
trying
say
to
you're a
get back.
model.
Exactly.
Come
Still
one
go
day.
ahead and do it.
I'm trying.
One day.
But the worst thing I did, I was 21.
Ain't you 30?
Damn! I am 29 2.0. What you saying? Damn.
You had a birthday.
And I'm
Hey.
29 2.0.
Your knees give not.
They ain't no. Shit. Good
Yeah,
news,
that's young. Like,
That was young.
experience for real.
Right, and me and my baby daddy were staying together, and of course he was cheating, so I was like, fuck you, they gotta do the same thing. He left the apartment one day, I invited him to go over.
That's the worst thing you did.
Yeah, that was like
I
some
mean,
trash
yeah,
that
that's
shit.
that's violating y'all
Tracy.
space.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's violating
Yeah,
y'all space,
Tracy.
especially if y'all live together.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, I'm pretty sure he did to me too when I wasn't there, but I don't have proof.
I just say, okay, I take that back.
So if you ever watch this, I apologize. You know now.
Fuck
I'm
y'all.
sorry. Fuck you.
Look,
Right.
that's the correct statement. Okay, what you got, Case? Like, you was like, I got something.
I'm sitting here thinking like, yeah, okay, last year. Yeah, well, what was it last year?
What about you?
I got,
I slept with somebody she ain't like.
that's
That's still
got,
ain't. Y'all so damn
No.
childish.
Because, like,
Who hurt you today, Courtney?
I'm just saying.
Damn.
hey, she was talking. I
I know.
thought she was probably through her. So after we had split up
When
a
they
little
keep
bit,
accusing
like,
you
she
of
got fired out
doing
about it.
it.
Like, you slept with that bitch? I'm like, we wasn't together. So that's why you mad.
Yeah, I did that, but you already knew what you were. She said, you slept with her? And your point, you what? Yeah, I fucked you too. So what?
Gotta spread it out.
Y'all ain't no feelings thing.
The worst thing I ever did, I still feel bad to this day. I had a girlfriend. I put her sister, her cousin, her cousin's sister.
Wasn't the aunt and that someone too? Like you, I think you
Oh,
made
hell
it.
yeah.
I ain't do
I was about to say, you was like up and down the line. You was like,
But
Oh.
hey man,
Yeah, make sure I'm
it's different when they
Big cartel.
it's different when they hit you.
cartel for real.
everybody got that.
That's not funny. I'm sorry, but
Hey man,
It's not, but what?
it is funny.
It's funny because I'm like, this nigga just like, yep, I did this.
No
I
judgment,
said
of course.
this.
She found out. I like, oh, I hurt. She like, what? You hurt? I like, oh man, I ain't mean to.
Like,
You meant to.
I hurt. I like,
You were hurt because you got caught.
no,
exactly. Not that
I
you
hurt
did.
because she let me go. I like, damn, you
What
would
did you expect her to do?
You want her?
Oh, you don't. Yeah, I ain't know.
Oh wait.
Nah,
I want to stay.
You want her to stay with you
absolutely not.
after all that?
Hey man,
Hey.
I wouldn't
Bro,
expect
you
you.
you
I
know
was not.
what kind of boundary? Like that's a lot.
I was not
Sister
expect.
and cousin.
And
And
sister.
the cousin,
And
sister.
sister.
Yeah, you got the cousin sister.
Oh my goodness. Well, you a trooper.
Exactly.
Hey man, all them, the sister came on me. She like, you can have us both. I like, I can't. Bet. Then the cousin, I like,
That's too much pressure for me.
I like 18.
Oh, that's
I mean,
It's still wild.
yeah,
You
yeah,
have
that's
to-
still
boundaries,
wild
but
at
boundaries.
18 though.
You didn't think.
That ain't my family.
Okay.
Shit, you throw it. Well, I'm
You was
older
out there
now.
catching it out.
Right.
But if
There's
you
an old
throw it,
saying, you don't turn down free pizza.
You don't know what kind of topic.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, especially at work. I don't want that.
why you use gloves?
That is true. That is true. Try to keep your life straight.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like our mental health check was successful. I don't really know.
That was kind of.
Kind of went down.
I had some bad days, especially the last couple weeks.
I've been having some crazy days, but this is the second year that our landlord has sold our house, so I had to go back home.
I can see how it's turned twice.
I had the first time was like 2 years ago. Owner ended up selling the house. They wanted to sell it to me, but I wasn't gonna buy a house that the owner wasn't even working on. In the
Exactly,
first
so
place.
you already inherited the
like,
problem.
you know what I'm saying? So, you know,
You don't see this
ended up
second
moving, getting blessed with the house we was in, and like.
Same thing.
Same thing. And it's like within a 2 year span. And I'm like, okay, God, what you telling me? So I'm like, at this point, I think it's just time for me and my roommates to kind of separate. So I just went back home for them. I'm at home
There you
now.
go. Hey.
It's kind of,
Shit, we're at home too.
it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of like,
It's a reality check.
yeah,
It's like,
it
hey,
really is. Cause I'm sitting there, I'll be on the couch like, dang.
I gotta go.
But I'm not
Courtney ready to go.
yeah, this home
Almost
cooking on me.
I swear.
You like that's it.
I'm okay, but it is kind of like, it did put me in a, like, it did kind of put me in a depressing state, but not really like,
She ready to get right.
Cartel.
I understand, because I've been there before. I had to move back home. I'm one of them. I hated being at home. I'm so ready to go. Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, dang, it's only been like a month, I'm sitting
I just walked past the mirror one day because I had lost my job. I was out for like 6 months. I had walked past the mirror one day and I had looked back in the mirror. My face was all shaggy and stuff. I was like, yeah.
and I'm like, my face been breaking down. I said, Lord, I've been stressing. I'm
sorry,
like, what am I stressing for? Like,
I ain't stressing about shit.
And it seems like it's your reason.
I mean, once you've been, I guess I've been out, once I finally left the house and now I'm going back to just like, okay,
See, I went back because of health
back,
reasons.
or is it like, is it
That
better
shit's so
happen?
bullshit. I swear.
Yeah. That was your point to sit down, though. That was your problem. You weren't sitting down, so God made you sit down.
I see. He didn't have to hit me that hard.
He hit you real hard, though. He
Yeah,
said,
he hit me so hard.
he said, you want to see the light? And you like, no.
But he hit one of them Dragon Ball Z movies. They hit him up in there.
And bang! Like you went almost to like the core of the
That
earth.
bitch not even do that to me. I was like, what the fuck? Me? Out of all people, me.
Yup.
I don't even be doing shit. I don't smoke. I barely drink now. Hell, y'all had to do me like,
To sit down and see rebuild yourself.
Trust me, I was the same way. This shit came
I'm
out.
trying to like the drinking I have
This
slowed
shit
down. Like
came out
drinking
of
kind
it.
of destroyed like a lot. Like a lot. I can't even. Like,
I remember
can sit
seeing
here
a
and
post
drink
for
that
like
shit.
one of my friends. She
I can
was
go
like,
through a gallon in a day.
That's what?
A gallon. It don't matter.
Yeah.
That's how bad I was drinking.
You the person for real.
I was like at that was like 2 years ago.
Ain't no
I said
good
that, and then I got more control over it now. You know what I'm saying? I can take
sure?
a couple shots.
You need help?
I don't need
You
help.
need my help?
I probably needed help back then.
look, somebody should have asked her that.
But you know, I did have like people that was concerned, and they took me. And then my best friend went and talked to my mom. She was like,
Yo,
so I'm like, you tell, but I did at that time I didn't see it as a helpful point. I was just too busy in my own mind, so I had to kind of release a lot.
Anyway, y'all ready to get me into your topic?
So, I hear a lot of this saying about folks talking about they single till they married or whatever. So, I know y'all heard that saying before, right?
Please don't tell me that. Alright, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
I know that only applies to people when they get in trouble for something. So, I've always wondered, like, so why y'all get mad when folks cheat on y'all then? If you single till you married? Because technically that person's single till they married too, right?
I don't know what I take it as, but it's like
I ain't
I
never,
really
I
understand
never heard
that.
that saying until like,
because you can put
A
certain
couple years
stipulations
ago.
on it,
yeah, like.
and I don't really agree with that term. I do, but I don't. And it's only because you can put so many stipulations. Like you said, I'm single till I'm married, but you can't go out and cheat on me, and I'll be okay with that.
It ain't cheating.
Or-
That's like an open
Okay, but-
relationship.
That's
If
yeah.
you ask me, that's just my
Imagine come home, yeah,
Because I'm like,
you
that's all
can't do that. Oh, we ain't married
until
until
you married, and you know, you got dating, you got courting, you got, you know, shit, just fucking around at this point, you know what I mean?
For the
So to
talking
me,
stage.
Yeah, the talking stage. Cause it's like talking, dating.
I miss some late night pull-ups.
That's
You
just,
said you
I
missed
don't agree with it.
4 a.m. What you doing?
4 a.m. Damn, for real. Because I'm about to go to. I'm about to get
I'm about to get ready for work.
You got the club and you done had the Waffle House?
I got that
Sleep
for you.
time.
Oh, I can't even help you. I'm too tired.
I was gonna say,
I can't even hang you for
What's
something
that
for real.
I think at my age of 29, 2.0, I don't think I could do a 4 a.m. link up.
You gotta try.
I have to get up for work around. I have to get up at 6 in the morning to get my kids up for school.
Exactly. But people
So-
appreciate when you sacrifice.
I'm not gonna sacrifice my sleep.
Hey, so you gotta do what you gotta do.
It's
I'm
not
being no stupid today, but I'm having a story to tell.
4 o'clock is kind of wild.
That's
Like,
stupid
wild.
wild. Yeah.
You might as well just sustain like last night.
You gotta think about you. I was younger. I was like,
Go.
hey, you gotta think about it's different when you're like in your like early 20s. Hey, you
I
can
still never
you
had
can
a
sleep
4
for 2 hours, get up and have all the energy.
I can't say that.
Now early 20s, like when we was
Like
out
early
in the club. Now we.
Yeah, early
I think it's like 6, 7, 8. We be seeing the sun rise. We be like, damn.
I never
Probably
slept till
go
6 in the
home.
morning.
You never
We
did?
used to
Every day.
I never
Every
slept till
day.
6 in the
Like
morning.
6 in the
Oh
morning.
man,
Miles?
I just
Every
did
day.
that
Every
the
day.
other day, and I'm still tired from that shit. I'm not like 29. Like
Oh yeah.
that shit.
I'm 37.
I looked at it like I said, what the fuck? Like
You
I was happy
freshly
I was off there.
out here trying to live your best life though, so that's different than like when you done did it for like. Cause what we
Years.
like we did it like from the
18,
age 18
18,
to like 21. Like by the time I turned 21, I didn't even.
I was still doing that shit before.
We was already doing too much. I was like, I'm tired at 21. I don't even want to do this no more.
Yeah.
Well, I was drinking things like that back when we was at swamp.
That shit's so crazy.
Crazy.
When y'all were going to, I'm
Swamp.
gonna say y'all, cause I didn't do
That's
it.
crazy,
When
you
y'all
know?
were going to the Rock, like when y'all was like what, 16?
Never been.
Now
Yeah,
we
that's
never.
not wrong.
Never.
For us,
My
it was.
cousin used to go.
It was Envy and Element. Envy,
Envy.
Element, and Recess. Those was our three. Like,
I know some
And,
of those from our
I know
place.
Alibi
The
and,
Rock, and the young
Asylum.
women, they say.
Asylum.
Asylum,
Or I
yeah,
never went to the
Asylum.
Dirty Iguana, but I heard that was wild too. Like the Dirty Iguana.
I've never been to none of these clubs y'all speak of. The only club I've been to was the Whiskey River and
I've been there one time.
Y'all went there.
I've been there like 3 times.
Wow.
You never go to the Rock?
White people.
Huh?
The Rock.
I was young as hell when the rock was out.
I was
My mom
young.
had my ass in the house.
Club ladies?
Oh God, you shot at
Oh,
club.
that.
I would just say the first club I went to was
You talking about wild.
besides the little skate.
I remember one night in
in
Indy,
Kings and Jack.
like 6 niggas in the bathroom fucking. Alright.
Niggas?
How y'all doing this? One girl.
Oh.
They paid her $20.
Should have
Well,
won.
shot Kevin Gates.
The fuck?
Fans in the bath, yeah.
And
Envy,
Envy?
Envy Element was wild.
Oh, wow.
And recess. We would start.
Nah, I
at
saw
one club.
go to Element. I went to Element. I saw two dudes humping each other, like
Yeah,
driving each
Element
other. I'm
really
like,
was like the.
Nah,
it
it's
was
gay
a
club.
gay club. Yeah.
Right.
It was
I mean,
a
I'm
gay
talking about full straddle too. Yeah.
I said,
Was
this
that
is
in Macon?
But
Yeah,
but
they
it
were
used
down
to be
It was
it used to be popping in Lane and stuff.
Yeah, before Envy, it was Element. Everybody used to go to Element until everybody realized like, oh, this for real gay
Oh,
club.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then Envy opened too. We was like, all right,
We
everybody.
like, we still had the gay crowd coming in there.
Yeah,
it's
so
like,
we went from like this
y'all
side of the
do y'all,
road
but
to that
y'all
side of the
doing
road. We went from over here to over here, and then when Envy would close at like 4 o'clock, we would then go to recess because recess was open till 7.
turn.
So we literally would like bounce, and then we like.
I really had a boring ass.
It was wild.
Yeah, she
It was-
nah, but we'll leave the club, go to my house.
Oh yeah, then
Yeah,
once
you
we
just
done
showed up.
recess, we would go to his house. And
did.
then
Stay with us till 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
it was a lot. It was like we would start on Thursday night and we
I
would
mean, I just
end
hope it
until
was the
Sunday.
club. I think I was doing more parties.
Shit, it got to the point where, like, we didn't even hang out with each other unless we had some drink.
Yep. It was wild. That's what I'm saying. Like when you said you deep in drinking, like we would go by the liquor store before we would go to
We
Rob's
understand
house
the pain.
before we would. And you know, I thank God that he had his hand on it because we literally would drink
Drink
at Rob's
every
house
day.
and drive from Warner Robins to Macon on 247. You know that's dangerous to Macon.
And nothing happened.
And
I
we
still got to this
pray-
day. I know. I'm like, I'm
You're
know
the-
some nights
you're
the
the
Lord
40
just
challenge?
kept me.
I forgot all about it.
He said the who?
A 40 challenge.
What 40? I don't know.
Drinking a 40?
Oh no, y'all got that.
I ain't do that.
We used to that be every day.
I'm talking about I was.
That be gone.
I'm trying to get off bed.
They're the worst friends ever. They're just leave you on the floor.
It was your house.
I was on the floor. He doesn't put me on the couch.
But you were home.
Oh, yeah.
Your friend passed on the floor, but there's a whole couch right there. You gonna leave on the floor?
Yeah, you at home, not in the club.
I ain't
I
probably gonna pick their ass up and
I like
put their ass
he
in the
You
bed.
gotta put me on the couch.
At least the couch. If it's something close, like, bro, I don't want to sleeping on the hard shit, bro.
Shit, he laid down there. He said, I said, okay.
I'm
he
with
good.
it.
I'm talking about everything stiff. My own girl.
Yeah.
Hey,
It was rough. Yeah, we did. We was wild.
Watch
Like,
it. I swear.
I just think I be like, man, we are blessed because we never had a DUI. Well, we don't talk. We ain't gonna talk about that one person who did get a DUI.
You
But-
No, we gonna talk about the.
No, not me.
We gonna
But we
talk
know
about
about
DUI.
DUI, and it was like within the last couple years. Anyway, we didn't get a DUI. We didn't hurt nobody. We didn't have no accidents, and we didn't get like no
Well, you did hurt
major
someone one night. Thanksgiving.
Okay, so we're
Thanksgiving.
gonna run it. I feel like we talk about it all the
We were in
time.
the game.
So what had happened was.
You wouldn't even know. Sorry.
No, it was Bob. Yeah, it was a brother who was there. Bob was there, not you. What happened?
Well, I was talking about in my house.
I don't know about that. But
It's
there was
some
a
shit
guy,
happening.
like we all would go out as a group, and typically it was me and another girl, and then all the guys.
Right.
This guy was just like insisting that he was gonna take me home, and we were like, one, I don't know
Hell
you.
no.
Two, I'm not going home with you. Like I actually have a ride. I'm good. I think I was actually the DD that night, so I was driving. I wasn't even drinking that night. And he decided, because you know what Envy was, it's on the street of MLK. Excuse me, MLK. And the parking is behind by where the Tubman Museum is. So you had to walk down the alley to get to the parking lot. And he literally was walking with me out of the club, down the alley to my car. And I was like, I'm good, I'm good. And Lord, this is back, you know, they had been drinking. Courtney was like, she said she good. And he was like, nah, I'm taking her home. And he's like, no, you're not. Now, mind you, I'm at the car at this point with all the people that I'm driving home. And like I'm in my mama's Jeep, like I'm in the truck, and he's like trying to open the door to get me out to say you going home with me. Now unfortunately this man was in the military, so you know, military people you're not supposed to fight them because you're damaging government property. But because he
Well, I
was
just learned something.
yeah, like you can't fight people in the military. Like they're if they sign that contract, they're government property, so you're not supposed to fight them. You're not supposed to do anything physical harm to them because if they end up dead, you're responsible.
Scared, not mom.
Yeah, but he was just being very aggressive about it. So there was a point where Courtney was like, she
Hey,
said
he was applying pressure.
the wrong way. Courtney was like, she said she good. So he turned around like, who are you? Of course, the fight ensues. Courtney's fighting him. Rob's twin brother Bob is stomping the man. Like, now Bob is significantly taller than Rob. Like, he like, what I talk about, like 6'4", 6'5", so tall. He long kicking the man, stomping him on the ground. Now, mind you, all this is happening in front of my Jeep. And it's crop up, so all I see is shadows and lights, and it's like them beating this man in front of my car. And then Corey go to grab his gun. I was like, all right, now we getting too far.
Man, but they had grabbed my pants.
Yeah. He twisted his ankle, so now he want to get his gun.
Y'all can't do story justice by saying what P did.
But then P like drop him or something, like he dropped the elbow.
He had on a trench coat, and that nigga look like Neo coming out. That nigga said, "I'll go over the coat."
And then he out here dropping elbows. And I was like, all right, y'all, he good. Like, he's good. Like, all right, y'all did.
What's the point of me handing me my stuff if you gonna jump in? All right.
Yeah, they had to
you work my phone, I'm gonna beat your ass too.
Yeah, it was a lot. So I was like, all right, y'all, we good. So we leave him there, of course. Leave and come, like we leave, and then I get a call or a text from the guy that he came with. Was like, have you seen so and so?
Oh yeah, we seen him.
And I was like, well, we may have had a situation, you know, he was doing too much, and he was like, well.
That's what the dude that came out with you, you know what I'm saying?
Before that, before we left the club, I was like, hey man, I got a bad feeling. It's like something about to happen.
He said it.
Nobody ain't sitting there. Oh, all right. Something happened. It's on y'all. 2 seconds later, we fight.
It was rough. But that was after, I was like 19. Like, that was like when we were like first started hanging out, and it's like, Lord.
Crazy
like,
ass stories.
I have a bunch of people like that.
Sam knows she always said hey with that.
Exactly. Like, that's how I was like, at that moment, I was like, these really my friends. Like, it was like, they real deal. It was like, not about to let nothing happen to me. And I was like, well, and we continued to hang out, and then that's literally how we kind of started. Like, we all became friends. I was a freshman at Wesleyan. And, like, literally my freshman year, and we've been friends almost 10 years, which is crazy to me. It's like,
I know it's been 10 years, but
That's perfect. Campus security caught somebody with some weed in it. They had to hide the weed in the fucking bush plant. We came back like 3 days later.
me, Tony, and Zoe got killed on camera.
exactly, because they used to always be at Wesleyan, knowing you ain't supposed to have. Like,
Hey,
you supposed to have a guy.
It's
like
All girls,
all women
why would
private
we not be there?
Yeah, all women private schools.
I
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
Man,
I remember horny females.
And then you do have a male there. You gotta like sign a waiver. He gotta be with you at all times. Like, it was very strict. Like, he couldn't just
shit, we spit
walking around the campus, and they just be walking around like they just own stuff. And it's like, you about to get somebody in trouble, man. Like, get back in the room.
Take a picture. Didn't they take a picture? That's a Tony picture.
I like to say they had Tony picture up. Like, if you see him, let us know.
Yeah, that man looking like a sexual predator.
Tony was like,
of course, so.
He like, what are you doing here?
You're not supposed to be here.
His picture was up at every dorm. Like, if you see this man, please call this number.
Man, that night we got caught. Buddy said, hey man, I know y'all in there. I said, oh, let me get here. But it's cool though. He's like, hey man, just leave.
Yeah, a lot of times they just like, come on. Like, I ain't trying to call the actual police on you. You should just leave.
He's
Like,
like,
As long as you.
Hey, that's one like the best part. I know you in there.
yeah, I was on sofa sleep. I was like, what the hell am I gonna do? Tony came in there. He's like, you hear that? Duh, Bill, right here. He talking about. He like, hey man, I know y'all in there. Like, I ain't open though.
yeah, you can't come in. That was the beauty of it. Like, RA would have to let him in. Most time RA would be like,
I think shortly after that we started just going to my house every day.
So they like, nah, I'm good.
Shit, he Jen fault? Yeah, she the one got it.
No, Q fault too.
Her too. And AD.
Oh, wait. Oh, God. Bring them all up.
Bring it back, baby.
Woo!
Man, fuck.
That's crazy.
They know what the hell they need.
Sorry, we had to remember this, y'all.
Exactly. That brought back.
Look, got off topic real quick.
That
We
was.
was talking about single.
We was talking about being
We was
single.
talking about relationships, nigga.
But we kind of just like being
Being
all
single
like,
seems better.
what happened while we were single? Like, I mean, I feel like my point of view on that is, for me, it's just communication. Like, if you communicate with your partner, because that statement kind of like you said, it kind of sounds like you're in an open relationship. It is what it is. You know, when we together, we together. When we not, we not. So if it's really that, then it is a situationship or it's just dating. Cause you know the dating
Either
is
or.
dating around.
I feel like that's mainly a defense mechanism for women.
Because
When
dating,
they get caught doing something messed up. Like for
honestly,
instance,
this
But
generation,
it's
not
dating
texting
is
another
fucking
dude.
everybody, bro.
but I don't see no ring in this picture. Like,
What?
so I'm supposed to marry you so you don't talk no
It's
fuck.
actually, you actually switch that around on us. I mean,
Huh?
women probably ain't being doggish until like now. You know, like before,
It
women weren't
depends on what you
doggish
put
like
them
y'all.
through, too.
Yeah, that too.
Because what
Y'all just
you put out is what you know
It's
get
what
back.
you get, right? So,
Not all the time.
speaking
Not
for
all the
me,
time, and it depends on the person you with too. Because
yeah,
everybody is not like
I
meant
don't
for a
respect that
relationship.
term. Either we dating, seriously dating, if there's no single to or married, is the goal is marriage. Fuck the bullshit.
Why
that
go
is-
married?
Why not? I want to be somebody's wife again one day.
What are you doing married that you're not doing single?
If it's time.
And
More of a
say, look,
commitment.
you see what happened when
Like,
you
what
get
are you
hurt.
doing for you once you got a ring on your finger versus when the ring not on your finger?
The same thing I'm doing now while I'm dating.
So if it's the same thing, then what's the point of getting married?
But everybody don't
That's a
do
true
the same thing
commitment.
when you date, you
Huh?
know.
Is it true?
Yes, it is.
Well, the thing about it, if
I wanna
the
be
guy puts a
somebody's
ring on your
forever
finger, then he takes all the risk.
Say what?
They
He
love
takes
this
100%
conversation.
of the
I
risk.
love the
You
conversation.
take 100% of the
He
risk.
did.
So what you're
He
saying
got
is
that.
women aren't bringing nothing to the table.
No, what I'm saying is a guy's taking a lot of risk.
What risk is
For
the guy
instance,
taking?
wait, it's like 102 outside. That's 102 degrees outside. You know, I feel like getting divorced. That's the worst reason in the world to get divorced. But people get divorced for silly shit like that. It's hot today. I'm getting divorced. And now half my income is gone. Half my kids are gone. My house is gone. My car is gone. All because you thought I was hot outside.
My stipulation for that is, and I've told him this several times, one, you should go to marriage counseling before you even decide that as soon as you have the idea of marriage, you should
That's
go to
true.
marriage counseling.
I think,
Niggas is not gonna pay somebody $200
And
They
to
do
go
offer though. They
Anyway,
do
I
say
didn't
that.
say
I feel like that's
couples
best.
counseling. If you're doing marriage counseling, it's to make sure that y'all are really the true fit. And if you make it that far, just get a prenup. A prenup is not hard to do. That secures
If I gotta worry about prenup, we
No.
ain't beating them.
Cause prenups don't make sense because most of the time when people are getting married, it's two people
I
who
gotta worry
basically
about
don't
you
have a lot
take half my
getting
shit,
together and getting
I'm
married
calling
and building shit
I
together.
don't know about
That's
that.
where the problem is.
Mhm.
I don't. If the male, let's say the male is the primary breadwinner, and most of the expenses are taken care of by him. All of a sudden, she wants to get divorced. She gets half of that, but even though he's putting in more work toward getting the stuff like furniture, car, etc.
If you being that kind of petty, you still needed a prenup anyway. Why you trying to split the first? You trying to do them
But
again?
no, that's not. But you can't get a
Right.
prenup once you're married.
I know, which is why
And
it's
what I
not-
said was, once you're getting married, it's usually two people who don't have a lot
That's
coming together to get
usual.
married.
We are a whole well, outside of you, we are a whole different generation of people. I feel like if you have that
Outside of you,
conversation,
like I'm 80.
you're not in our generation, Rob.
I don't know. She might be.
Maybe she closer to our generation than she is his.
Yeah, I just turned 29.
I am 29 2.0.
Exactly. I'm 27. Like we're a generation, and then Rob is a generation. You're a whole different generation.
No, we ain't.
That's the fuck we did.
Yes, we are.
You're 30.
She's closer to us than she is him. So
So how did you
Walk out.
37.
37.
Oh,
Say y'all was
okay.
40. So it's like our whole that's a different
Okay.
generation of
See.
people.
I don't know why I thought he was like 30.
You a whole different generation.
That is like, that
You calling me
is,
old?
we're not calling you old.
It's a different generation, but I feel like
You're just a little
prenup-
wiser than
I
that.
took to the back for
It's
this.
And I'm
I'm
so
saying
glad
too.
you ain't in sling no more. But like having the conversation of a prenup
That's
is
gonna be
only
over.
wild if you say that it's wild. Like it doesn't have to be something crazy. You can say, hey, I want to make sure we're in this for the right reasons. Let's get a prenup. And to me, that's an adult thing to say because at any point, if we do build something together,
People change it.
9 times out of 10, you ask a woman for a prenup, the relationship is dead right there. Because she ain't got one son.
Well, that's stupid because you gotta respect your decision. That's compromising within a marriage and.
You don't trust me?
No.
not even.
I value my earnings, everything that I've worked hard for.
Exactly.
I don't want that to go halfway to you.
And I feel
It's
like, to
about
be
loyalty.
honest, that should even give you the idea that, damn, I want to create some earnings for myself. That way, if this does go south,
hell,
I can walk
We live in a
around.
generation now, we can have a baby and baby look just like me. You know what, let's get the rich women this DNA test. Like,
I mean, you
just
should
be
do
sure.
that anyway.
I really
You
just
should.
I think, but I think DNA should be mandatory.
This should be mandatory. Like that's like mandatory.
I mean, I still feel like if we gotta get a prenup, it ain't worth it.
Well, y'all the two who don't want to get married anyway, so I mean,
Yeah,
that statement
right.
is logical. Logical. I mean,
But if I
yeah.
ever get divorced,
But
well, I ain't
I
never
mean,
getting married.
the conversation that you just had, you know, obviously
I just don't see
the
the
marriage
point.
is not as
I don't see the
important.
point
Hey,
in
I do it
getting
one
married.
time.
'Cause
But yeah, again, like you have to. Men are logical. What am I getting from a woman once we're married that I'm not already getting from her while we dating? Especially if we
I
already
already
together.
hit you. You
We
probably
already had sex. We can have kids together. The only thing that you're not physically, legally tied to me to where you can take half my shit.
You're already cool with me.
I feel like that.
This is what marriage is.
I feel like that mindset.
Again,
is
men are
like,
logical.
I'm saying.
If just tell us what you give us once you're married that I can't get single,
Without
and
being
we'll
married.
run with it. So tell us what it is.
So is it not like a connection there or something?
If
not
you
like-
get connected,
not even that. Like
you
I
ain't not connected to somebody. You ain't married to
I
them.
mean, there's been plenty of people I talk to and I ain't connected to.
I feel like if you don't have a good
alone.
marriage, just
Right,
say.
me too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
If
You're not
you
gonna
ain't
connect
had a
to
good
everybody that you
idea-
date. But if I'm getting married to somebody, we gotta have some kind of connection, some kind of bond, some
Right.
type of. I know for a fact that
You
you
can't
ain't
do that
never-
without being married?
It just means.
Yeah, no, I actually can't because you can't really trust everybody. Shit's crazy.
Marriage,
You start
marriage is basically saying I have to trust you just as much as I trust myself. And
So you don't. You
that,
saying
I can trust somebody 100%, and then we get married and they turn into a completely different person.
Yeah, they can tell them
I mean, that has happened.
person a year
That
dating. 6 months of
I rather
dating.
you do it while we
And
dating.
you be like, damn, I ain't
And
signed
that's
up for
why, you
That's
know,
why
if you
take
rush
your
into
time
marriage,
to get to know somebody. I mean, people change throughout the years. Period. Nobody stays.
That's why I
the same.
said I need
Yeah.
5 years for you.
Exactly.
like all
You
of
some
my
bullshit.
I'm 5 years.
I need
It's
5.
like test driving a car.
If you last 5 years, then we good.
5 years? You don't think you kind of know the person by the back of their hand within 2 to 3 years?
No.
Like, I mean,
I feel like, no, relationship is like paying a car note. It's like you're paying the car note and you're driving the car. But once you own the car, you're still doing the
You know what
same
I'm
thing.
saying? 5 years, we good.
to me, five is logical. I can't remember this.
I've had friends who walk away from a relationship because it's been 5 years and they still got the ring and everything.
What you want to work for?
I say 2 years.
Because there's somebody that can want to
You have a year dating and a year living together.
I don't know you wasn't. We ain't even stay together yet.
that right there.
We got
Staying together.
That get anything you wasting your time.
My
I
opinion on
was
staying together.
staying together really test
Really,
how you
that,
understand.
So you should
that's
date
a
for a year
barrier breaker right there.
and live together for a year.
I
But
would
I
say
feel-
date. I
I'd
understand
rather
that.
have my own
That
place.
sounds better
than 5 years.
Moving in after a year
Like-
and knowing each other is not logical.
Anything happen to you?
Like you said, people can have bad housing habits. Like she might not like to take baths or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Why you with her in the first place?
and then
You would smell her.
No, I'm talking about real people can take a shower, but she might like to take baths. No, females have to
So
take
like,
a
a
bath.
female is not supposed to take a bath though, Rob. So you
And
should
I hate
logically
that. A
know
lot of
that.
people-
They're like, you don't take a
Yeah.
bath. The water that's coming off your body should not go into your vagina. Like that,
Okay.
you're asking.
But only real women who go get checked by OBGYNs would know that.
Would know that women are not supposed to take baths.
Just
Just
like
saying
we're
bath,
not
I was
supposed
just
to
assuming shower side.
No,
No,
exactly. As females, we know that we take showers. It's like you're not supposed to sit in your own
I don't give a damn if you
cesspool
pour
dirt.
Clorox in there.
Yeah, see
That's
all
not
these
helping.
old people sitting there taking their little bubble baths and
No, and
shit.
that's different
And
because
I
if
bet
you're taking
they
a
have
bubble
that.
bath, you're bathing, but you're not deep clean bathing. If that makes sense. Like,
It makes a lot of sense.
and a lot of the times, I
If
think
your water
people
is
do
pure
that.
dirt when you get up, you got a problem.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, if
Well,
you
not
taking a
just-
bubble bath supposed to be relaxed.
It's
You know,
relaxing.
like
It's not.
10,
It's not like you in there
yeah.
scrubbing
Put
your
your
body.
salt in there, you know.
What Epsom
Like,
salt?
yeah, man, you
Yeah,
walk
I'm
back
about
like,
to say,
yeah,
put your salt in
I
there,
don't
you
take that
straight.
risk.
she'll look until like, damn, who making coffee?
That's a horrible thing.
Hey, boy, like, come on,
Like, I
now.
put this rash in the tub.
Like, did you wash the dirty clothes in the tub? Like, no.
No.
So yeah, no, that's number one. But my
You gotta
first,
still have
a
a
year
shower.
of knowing each other and then moving, that's kind of wild. Like, I think I actually did that. I think I was with my ex for a year and then moved in, and then I was like, this
I
shit
did.
is for the birds. Like, I tried, and that made me realize, like, I ain't moving in with somebody until I like truly know their habits. Cause one, this person had a dog, and I ain't never lived in the house with pets. My pets was outside, so that was already number one. Dog hair every fucking where. That shit pissed me off. I gotta vacuum every day like I'm a housewife. I don't even like it cause I gotta work. Then the dog.
Vacuuming one of the easiest house chores in the world.
Not when you have a dog. That shit is wild. There's hair
Can I
everywhere.
explain my
Hold
point?
it before I get done. Like, I don't even like, that's when you realize, like, if somebody annoys you, like, I don't like the way you squeeze toothpaste. Like, some shit like that can really piss you off. Cause, like, to me,
What the hell?
listen, if we share the same toothpaste, why are you squeezing it from the middle like a serial killer? Why aren't you, like, rolling it up from the bottom? Like, that shit's weird. Like, that kind of stuff make you realize
I squeeze on the top.
you don't like this person like that. Cause, like,
We all
you know what I'm
knew you
saying?
back.
But, like, the whole tube, you just squeeze that bitch. So then when I go to use it, it's just like,
Hair press everyone.
I gotta roll this bitch up because you don't know how to squeeze those toothpaste.
So who all you squeeze the toothpaste from the bottom?
exactly, like, look, I have like a little thing.
Like Rob, I squeeze mine from the middle.
From the middle.
I look at my the very top.
I don't know what I say
My
from the
bad.
top, yeah.
I have a thing that goes
And
on
then
the
when it's
bottom of
time
my
to
toothpaste.
rolling down, I'll start
There's like a
rolling
little
up.
thing that I put on the bottom of my toothpaste that literally squeezes it from the bottom. That way you get the most out. Like that's literally a thing. So like when you just if that's on there and you still squeeze it from the middle, what is wrong with you? You just slide the little bar up and the toothpaste comes out.
That's a dude look. Like a dude can sit there and some bread tied up in the sack and it's just
That's a pet peeve for you, though.
Like that was something that was like I cannot live with this person because why would you do that? Like that shit. And I was counting out like this lease is up in 7
Yeah,
minutes.
you
I'm
have
like,
a little
this
bread
shit
box and you
pissed
put it in
me
the
off.
tear up and slide back in.
No.
So
This
which
is
way
my
y'all
final
put
straw.
which way y'all put the toilet tissue under the little toilet roller?
Exactly. Do you do
Over
it up?
or
Yeah, over
under?
or under? Because that's important.
On the counter.
Oh
Thank you.
no! So y'all got
What y'all was about to
toothpaste, water tissue, bath rag tissue, what else?
Oh, fuck.
Why is the driveway on the
Cause
front?
y'all niggas.
No. One, if the bathroom don't come to the holder, I'm getting one to put on the floor. And you need to be doing it from top down. Like I don't need to be pulling it up. I
What,
need
like going like this?
yes, I need to be able to pull it down.
hanging over.
I just sit the damn toilet paper on the counter.
Like,
Why? So that means if you wash your hands, the toilet paper done got wet, and then now.
You don't be on
Why
counter.
the hell
You
you
know what
special
you're
water
doing.
with?
So are y'all still leaving toilet seats up?
Yes.
Damn.
I was about to say, yeah.
Absolutely not.
So y'all don't never put the toilet seats down?
Why?
The fuck?
You can't look before you sit down. Like,
If it's the
Oh
middle
my
of the
God.
night and I'm just
It's just
going to pee,
considerate,
and I
man.
sit in the
Considerate.
tub.
you still gotta look at the toilet for
Does
yourself.
somebody want to have an ass full of water at 3 o'clock in the morning,
That's
though?
cool. You know what I would do?
Do y'all think
I would
close
take
your
a
eyes
shower.
and sound?
Nigga, with my brother now, I had went through that shit not like last week, but I was
First of
praying.
all, we put the seat up for y'all. Because we don't want y'all, we don't want to piss on the seat.
And
But
push the shit back
It's
down.
easy to just let it back
Why
in.
you got to put it down?
Why the fuck
No,
we
why
want
you
to
doing
shop
that?
piss these toilet seats?
So,
Put the shit
I'm
back
doing it
down.
for you.
Why we gotta put it down if you let it up? Like it's a very simple
Why you can't
thing.
put it I'm doing it for you?
This
Where's
is
the accountability here? Where's the
The
accountability?
accountability
If
when
you
you put
fall
the shit
in the
back
water,
down.
that's your fault.
Nah.
If you fall in,
We
that's
have
your fault.
half. If I put it up, you put it down.
That shit is
Gonna have a red-
that's not even logical.
It's not. But you know what? I'm gonna match your opinions.
Because
Because if I have to live with a man who can't put the damn toilet seat back down, it's 4:30 a.m. I'm going to go use the bathroom out my sleep.
We got two bathrooms. What two?
It don't matter, whichever the bathroom side to go to. And if you got the damn toilet seat up, the next time I take a bath, I'm leaving that damn floor wet, and I hope your ass falls and slip.
Slip and fall.
Now you causing mold.
No, I don't give a fuck.
No.
My ass is about to have. I'm about to have it fly on my damn ass.
Oh,
shit is not
you
gonna
did it real.
Exactly. But
Why
see,
would it? Oh,
that's something you
shit.
gotta know.
If I walk in the bathroom and it's on mushroom on the floor, I'm like,
And me, I'm the top.
Y'all been leaving y'all bras and stuff hanging in the damn bathroom.
My bras be on the bathroom door.
Got crusty drawers laying next to the tub.
Okay, first of all, if the drawers is crusty, you already got an issue. But that, and actually, you know what? That kind of leads into a topic that I forgot. Y'all seen where Ice Spice was like she keep an extra pair of panties in her bag.
Yes.
So, I mean, as women, I know, I feel like we understand why.
It depends on the type of panty and why she would have to keep it.
My thing is, as
Don't
a
they have
woman,
panty liners?
but see, and that's what guys will say. say, but panty liners are not good for your pH. Like, do you know what kind of chemicals are in a panty liner, and you want that on your vagina all day? Like, you're not supposed to wear panty liners.
Penalize all the things you put in the dryer.
And that's why we educate ourselves. No, panty liners it's a pad.
Do you have daughters?
Yes, he does have daughters. That's what's crazy.
Well,
yeah.
I don't
What
think
about
all the
this?
way like you, man.
I'm sure she started her cycle.
My shoe 10 ones.
Okay, well she upgraded from the life then, cause at my age, like when I was young, my mom won't let me use tampons, cause she up the hell you got going on, and why can you put this in your body? I'm like, you right. So, but if she wouldn't have gone that way, like she would have did like a pad, like a regular pad, and that's kind of what a panty liner is. But as a woman, like especially a grown
So
woman,
if penalize are bad for your pH or whatever, so pads are bad for your pH?
same thing. It's just one is thinner than the other. But just listen to what I'm saying. As a woman, throughout the month, you have listen. You got different flows and different things that are happening with your body. Where like legit, like a woman could be sitting there, especially like if it's ovulation week. Your body, because the thing about ovulation is when your body's releasing an egg, and your body's like, hey, you need to get pregnant. Like even if you don't want to get pregnant, your body is ready for that. Yeah, it's like different flows. Like not your period, but like there's different.
I thought about rabbit or something.
Listen. So you have different flows where your body is literally gushing liquids out of that hole, and it's like you can literally just be walking and it's like rush. You like, God damn. You like, so you gotta go to the bathroom, and for me, especially since I carry a big purse, it makes sense to have an extra pair of underwear on you. Because you don't want to be walking around all sticky and nasty because your body just decided, oh, you ain't pregnant, so here's a gush. Or it's right before your cycle, and here's a different gush. Or if you're expecting your cycle, you weren't expecting that soon, boom, here's something else. So it's like you're, as a woman, like there's a lot of things going on. So
basically what you're saying is like if you ain't got a pad on and your cycle come on, it'll mess up your pants.
That is one, but even if you're not,
y'all cycle come on?
I mean, yes, you know,
Sometimes
it's not the same day. No, one is not the same day every month. But I'm talking about prior to that, because so like your period is like the end of your ovulation. Like that's at the very, very end. You get your period because you didn't get pregnant, but the week before that, your body is like you. That's when like women like if you ever got around your girl, she's extra horny for no reason. You like, damn, what's going on? That's her body and ovulation saying. Well, that too, but that's her body saying like, "Ooh, you need to get pregnant." But of course, she probably like, "Hell no, I'm not trying to get pregnant. I just want, whatever's gonna happen." But in that moment, if you ever notice, oh, she's just extra wet, and it's just you like, "Damn, what's going on with this?"
Yeah, she can imagine the touch.
Imagine that rush when you actually not having sex and you just walking around and it's just your body just wet and you like, "Oh my god, like I feel disgusting." So in that moment, like. God is horrible. But imagine if she had that while she at work, just sitting down in the desk. Like that shit is weird. She like, damn, I need to go change my underwear because.
Nah, you can call me or I come on up.
Hey, Cartel.
And like she still ain't gonna be nasty, sticky, and wet.
Hey, Cartel.
I was always told, even when you on trips or anything like that, we take more than enough.
Exactly. Like, you there for 3 days, I'm bringing 7 pair of underwear.
I might bring 8 just to
I did that.
Exactly. I might even stop and grab some more. Like life is real quick. But see, that show. And guys, y'all don't even realize
Are you
what's
sure
going
you
on.
guys?
Hey, you had Krispy Kremes?
Y'all are horrible. Y'all are horrible. And y'all need to realize that a woman's body goes through multiple stages of
I got fossils, I know all this shit.
But he talking about crusty underwear on the floor, like you don't know what stage of the month.
Men don't leave clothes on the floor by top. Like you tell me.
be crusty.
Y'all do that.
I thought y'all draw do be crusty. Cause y'all be having little pre-cum and all that.
Y'all
Like,
leave bra on the floor.
I don't even know what I'm doing. I got a dirty hamper.
We know y'all church people in the same bra for like 4 days.
Hey, what the fuck is wrong with that if we do? The fuck?
You supposed to change bra like change bra. Every day.
That bitch.
But maybe
You know how expensive bras
first of all,
I'm here
Yeah.
with her.
It's 7 bras. How expensive is 7 bras?
they're like $70.
have you ever been to Victoria's Secret?
Oh my god.
They were
Maybe have a
$70.
stick.
Yeah, cheap ass bras for $10 at Walmart.
First of all, ain't nobody, if you wearing
The
a
triangle, Dorito bras. I'm not gonna wear that shit.
y'all pointy and shit, like what's that
Say,
shit?
what's that $1, man?
Lady Gaga.
So y'all go can go.
That's about Victoria's Secret. You know when you got clothes on, we can't tell what kind of bra and panties you got on, right?
Just like well, nah,
That's
take
cool.
that back.
No,
We can't
because
see boxes.
It's about comfort.
It's about comfort.
And comfort is expensive when it comes to
They
it.
got the little gel thing where I can just hook them together and then hold the titties up.
No, that's not
Y'all
comfort.
got nipple
What
tape.
is that, a girdle? Is he talking about a girdle?
No, it's like it ain't got no bra straps on it. It's like two
Y'all
slips
are
together.
as well today.
Okay.
Y'all
That's a strapless type bra, but
What about
that ain't,
titty tape?
that's not no support. Like if I'm walking
Yes,
around,
it
I
is.
ain't
It
trying to
literally has
push
we're
it.
pushing our boob up like this, and the tape is right here.
And
I've
that
never worn one.
Hey, y'all.
I've worn some, but if
First
you
of
got
all, some of y'all
skin,
titties be long anyway.
listen, if you got sensitive skin,
It's
when
like
you
it's
know
on your
people that
shoulders.
take off, you got a whole rash on your chest. Like, nah, no, absolutely no.
Y'all wear the little ant shit.
Do you he talking a little tape? You know, you ain't never had
Like
no
with porn
pills.
stars.
I don't have to take that shit off. That
You
shit
Little
hurt.
patience.
No, that shit hurt. You got little hairs around your nipple and you gotta rip that shit off. You ain't never felt no
I
pain.
think it's called
Like
like
circle wax or what?
It's called
You don't
nipple
wax
tape.
your nipples.
You know, these shits are sensitive. You want to talk about?
Speaking of wax, I've never had a wax done, and I'm so terrified to get one done. Especially
Down there?
yes,
Oh, I get
from
Brazilian.
the front to the back.
Oh,
No,
I get a full
I'm
Brazilian. Rip all that shit off. It's
No,
no.
I'm so scared. Especially after they had your shaver.
Shit
Me
is
too.
terrifying. You
It
gonna
is-
take a razor to your lips.
Never.
Been doing it. I've been doing it for years, man.
They say shave like with a razor.
Oh,
Take
really?
a razor
Nair?
to my genitals.
I tried Nair several times. I was probably young when I started using Nair, and then I actually got some on the
What
inside.
is it? I'm loving this.
Exactly. And there, throw your pH off.
Let me get that.
Not up there.
It's
That is disgusting.
the finger from there.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
fucking.
I feel like you gotta get out of there.
No, absolutely not.
Is it?
I would say the first time I got a Brazilian, I went to like the wax strip. Don't ever go to like a commercial place like that because they don't be caring about your well-being. Shout out to Tawana. She's my waxer. She's in Macon, young black woman, very professional, got a whole little setup. If you've never been waxed before, like one of her questions on her website is this your first wax? And if it is, she literally sends you a message like, okay, this is what I need you to do to prepare. Like you need to take 2 Tylenol before you come. Like she gives you a whole little prep.
Damn, if I have to get Tylenol, take Tylenol before
Yes.
I go, that is not for me. Do you know how hard it is for me not to punch the lady who's doing my eyebrows?
Oh God, yeah.
I can get I didn't have my eyebrow done.
I had somebody dread my shit hell.
long time.
But it's a
I can do my eyebrows. But I
you
don't
gotta
know
prepare
why.
yourself.
That's
Cause one,
sensitive.
the wax is it ain't hot, but it's
Hey,
warm,
Hey,
so
I go
you
with y'all
gotta
next time.
prepare. You gotta prepare, and she do men too, cause some men get waxed. I mean, hey, do you think?
What did you say, Rob?
So I go with y'all next time.
Absolutely not.
So, my support.
Yeah, no. But it is warm, and a lot of times you gotta keep in mind, like they don't
I ain't
do,
get whacked. I'll be with someone who got whacked.
they
No, I
don't do
thought you
like
were saying
little strips, like
Yeah, no, I
it's like
got a razor.
Hey, so when do they flip y'all over to the back?
it ain't no flip over. You scoop to the
We're
end.
not
and
going
you
to a
butterfly.
Pornhub shop.
Oh,
We're going
okay.
to get waxed.
So it's
Rob.
basically like
It's a
you like
difference.
OBGYN, but you kind of
Yeah, and you do
Okay.
butterfly with your feet together, and that's how you do the butt
So
part.
y'all be having hair, you know.
I mean, yeah, so if you get a Brazilian, they do your booty hole too. But I'm trying to keep y'all exempt. It actually, cause you don't, if you think about it, you don't do. I mean, yes, you poop, but like you don't do a lot with your booty hole unless you that type of person. Do your thing.
I was about to say.
But it doesn't hurt. Like to me, it just feels like. I'm just saying, you don't
I can't do this shit.
But I would say like it's the first 2 pulls are the worst. Just because like it's literally like both sides. So like she get like full wax from front to back on both sides of the lips, and then
So
she
just
like breathe. She'll do a 1-2, but she'll pull on one. So you like oh Lord, and then she like okay you good. You like hell no I'm sweating. So you gonna sweat a little bit the first 2 pulls, and after that it's just clean up. I mean it takes her like 15 minutes, so it's quick. And you like hey I'm done. And I always get a
Does
yeah.
it burn or hurt afterwards?
So afterwards, you don't feel. So after the initial rip where you feel the pain, you don't feel
like
it
you got
after
good
that.
hair, so it might hurt you.
It don't matter. It don't matter if you got good hair or not. You still ripping hair out of a follicle. Like it's gonna hurt. But she offers
Wild today.
she offers a vajacial service afterwards, which I get. So like that's when she put like scrub well I get the vajacial with the
You
Brazilian.
guys find a room?
this was
Absolutely not. So it's like no. I mean, this
What,
is a
like
young lady.
exfoliating and stuff
Yeah,
like
she
that?
exfoliates, she picks out any little ingrown hair, and then she do like a steam. It's like literally just hot, like it's hot steam, but it's like on your vagina, and it helps soothe afterwards because of course you inflame, like sometimes you ripped all the damn hair off of it. And then the stipulation is you gotta wait 24 hours before you have sex, or you can get an infection.
One man to me, no way. Yeah,
But for me, it's like
You
you
need,
feel.
I think it's worse if you like it.
you need to get your
I
rocks
mean, it's
off.
gonna be crazy.
No, I'm actually good.
I'm
bro.
walking around with a
And I
cherry
would
red
say,
vagina for 24 hours.
Like
I
the
be
first,
good, but
the
I'm
first
like,
24
nah,
hours,
something
everything
comes out.
just feel funny. Everything feel real because you're sensitive because you literally just got all the hair ripped out. So like you gotta watch if you wear tight clothes.
We know us, we got our manscapers.
That's true. You got the man. That's
Yeah, y'all can do that.
But for me, like when I get
The
a
bad boy
wax,
to get under the ball.
see, that's scary. That's scary.
Ball period. They be trying to snatch.
Them bitches be itchy, man. Need it.
But for me, like when
Then
you
you want
get
to
a
know if
wax,
you take a shower.
Ooh.
Like you gonna start washing
or
that
if you
shit.
or if you got that Dr. Bronner,
Oh yeah, that shit.
What?
That
Dr.
shit
Bronner
gonna let you
over
know.
your life. Or
Yeah, that shit gonna let you know.
But like I said, so with the wax, like my hair don't grow back for like 6 weeks. So to me, that's quick. Like you shave, like within the next couple days, your hair done grew back, and the more you get,
Day is the same, man.
but like, absolutely.
Anyway,
Where did you see him
wait.
looking like Franklin?
Ooh.
Oh, God.
I give 48 more. I give 48 more.
Franklin, yeah, bro.
Yeah, like, I can't let my cousin be out here like that.
So you gonna give someone who asked you for 48, you see them later after you gave them the 4,800, and they look like Franklin, so you gonna give them 48 more to support his effort?
He was on coke. He was just down
He was an
there.
alcoholic though. But okay, he was an alcoholic. But I said, what if he had? Okay, what if he had powder nose? Walk around powder nose.
You know, man. This is
I
30.
appreciate it.
Oh, real quick.
This is
I'm
30.
out of here.
This is
I
not
got
my fault.
things.
Anyway, what's the next video?
I don't know. I'm about to see this.
I've noticed
I said,
that there's only room for my emotions when they're convenient for the woman that's asking me to be emotionally intelligent. That any emotional labor I do that's not for her convenience, or not that something she specifically asked for, that either goes unnoticed, or when I'm saying something that's not favorable, the shit gets used against me and it becomes about how she feels about what I said and not about the that I
Wait, is he
said.
making something too much sense? Somebody cry. Somebody cry. Somebody cry.
So all I'm saying,
I love their panel.
because saying that, all right, now we got our own
Sure.
money, we want
One
you to
view.
be
Oh, like
emotionally
it.
intelligent, that's a great argument until it becomes a real life situation and you start to deal with an emotionally intelligent and you realize it ain't been enough of them in your life and you don't know what to do with that type of man.
You're not lying. You're not
you?
lying.
I don't like that. You
Sweetheart,
This is
my baby, if all you done had is dudes that don't know how to express themselves, don't come sitting in front of me that know how to express himself, complaining when I goddamn express myself. You understand what I'm saying?
I like it.
I like it.
A pretty
So the question
He's
is,
the only guy with a beard who you ain't saying that.
no, my question is, do y'all know how to emotionally express
I
yourselves?
do.
I think they did pretty good earlier today with the crocodile shit and all kind of shit. But do you know how to express yourself deeply? Like, can you tell a woman, baby, I need
Yeah,
this
I
from
do.
you? I'm not talking about
Nah. Now, do I care about it, all that? No.
So you don't
But
need
can
love
I?
and affection?
Hmm?
You don't need love and affection?
Do I need it?
As a man. Rob, do you feel
Sound
like
like
you
you
need
need
love and
love.
affection?
I mean, I think everybody needs love and affection at some point.
But do you know how to
it's-
act your own
it's-
thing?
and sometimes it's like there's common sense stuff too. Like there's certain things I shouldn't have to say. You should know. But when I don't get mad when I start saying it, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, damn, we ain't had sex in 4 days. Turn over now. Like I should have to say that. You been counting too, shit.
Yeah, I feel kind of.
First of all, you about to leave my bed and we ain't about. Ah. Alright, baby. I'm done.
The dating world is trash.
Yeah.
Well, I'm married.
I can't say that. That's not. I take that back. Some people in the dating world is trash as fuck until They let go of some feelings and
Man, you gotta understand. When y'all see
me,
Miss
I'm
29.2,
emotional, unavailable.
2.0, when y'all get to y'all 30s, dating ain't about having fun and shit no more. It's about, okay, what the fuck are we doing?
Bro, what did you say, Miss Who?
Miss 29, 2.0, whatever.
Yeah,
I was like, when you're in your 30s, it's about what the fuck are we doing? And it's almost on the jump because when you're in your 30s, you realize you're damn near almost middle aged. Like 40 is.
Fuck you.
No.
Oh, now you hurt.
No, what I'm saying is your middle age is approaching. Like 40 is middle age because the average living expectancy is 80. So when you're 40 and you still trying to get a family together, you're still trying to have kids and stuff like that.
At 40?
Some folks is still.
There's some folks like that.
My cousin.
It's like, damn, like what the fuck we go? You're trying to rush stuff now because
But she had
you already late in the game. You see what I'm saying? If you ain't had a kid by the time you 40,
Y'all gonna be
you
60
probably
years
not
old
gonna have
for
one.
graduation. What the fuck? He's
And
supposed
his
to work.
parents like that.
You saying that true?
Y'all, my children at 6, they're gonna have to roll me up to the reps and go to their graduation.
Well, we know about you. Seven's a blessed soul.
Yeah, I ain't so it don't matter to me.
But it's like, you ain't had a child by the time you're 40, or you ain't married by the time you, or at least once by the time you're 40, it probably ain't gonna happen.
Damn. Please don't say that again.
See, back to what he was talking about.
Damn.
Like, express yourself. They ain't never
I
been
need to get on the ball.
We gotta make
Okay,
We
okay.
gotta get the playing, y'all look at the playing field at that kind of age. Like, think about it, when you're 40 and you already ain't married, look at the people you have to like, compete against. If I'm a 40-year-old man, and let's say a 31-year-old female or 29-year-old female hitting on me, and then you're like you're 40 and your bags are starting to fall out of your eyes, or your skin starting to wrinkle up. You're not as appealing when you're 40 versus when you're 20. You know how it is. Like, oh, the girl I used to like back in high school, after she had 3, 4 kids, now she want me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Back in.
the younger girls are always gonna be more appealing.
Ross
to
said
guys.
she cute. I was like, what?
Huh?
That girl yesterday we saw.
Oh, Walmart, yeah, she used to be fine as hell.
At Walmart.
No, I mean the dollar store. My bad. Yeah, we saw her at the dollar store.
She might have been.
She used to be fine as hell.
She might be.
And she's like
She ain't
Puerto
right.
Rican and Latino
Used
and
to.
black. But now she don't have, she'll have
Her stomach hanging all the way. Like, oh, god damn.
titties, different sizes. It's like,
Crazy how times change.
I mean, one's supposed to be a little bit bigger than the other, but noticeably bigger.
Through the shirt.
yeah, like one nipple high, the other one low.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn. It's on.
That's normal. It's normal for some people.
I've never
And that'll be the exact time like, oh, you went like.
Now, what he was specifically saying is when men are emotionally intelligent and they voice how they feel to their girl, and then the girl doesn't like what they're saying, that's when it's turned around against them. Now, I feel like in that aspect, if you don't know how to communicate on the girl's end, then you got a voice that you don't understand what they mean. Because you ain't supposed to be able to just use somebody give you some vulnerable information. That ain't supposed to be used in no argument. Oh, well, that's why you. That's like,
If you betray a nigga trust like that, you deserve to get choked.
That's why most of you
choke, you deserve to get slapped.
Yeah, like, that's just.
If I told you that out of the
Yeah, like
comfort of
you-
what we was talking about,
Exactly.
Don't brain shut the shit up.
It was more than you trying to say that shit in front of other folks.
Exactly. Like if you bring other folks into it, that's just
Alright.
too much.
If we gonna play a funeral.
And to be honest, like I feel like it's okay if you don't agree with what they're saying. Like you can just vocalize, like, okay, I get you're expressing yourself, but it does make me feel some type of way. I mean, if you don't get it, that's when you kind of just ask for a discovery question. Like if a man tell you, you know, I don't like that, you know, when you come home from being upset, you project that anger on me. If he says that, you shouldn't get angry and be like, well, it's because as soon as I came home, you decided that, Yeah, it's not an excuse. You should be like, okay, cool.
Well,
let
let's
me
sit down and
let
talk
me
about
step
it.
back and let me
Yeah.
think. Like, you know what? You're right. Like, this is like, you're right. When I do come home, I am hostile. So I feel like you should set a boundary where you're like, okay, if I just got home, like, give me like 10, 20 minutes to decompress.
Right.
Let me, you know,
Relax.
let me do what I gotta do. Then maybe I need to step outside. I might need to take a shower real quick. Let me get myself together before I present myself to you.
That's how I always was. Let me shower first and then.
I
I
can have it with
sit in my
folks.
truck before I go in my house, take it out on my kids, Sit y'all's ass down. What the fuck are you thinking?
And
How
you
like,
like-
what the fuck? No.
Then you be like, let me
That's
decompress.
not how they deserve that shit.
Like, let me decompress and get myself in the right position to present myself to you. Versus just thinking you can go from, because a lot of times we be busy, we think we can go from this to this to this and this, and you're not giving yourself fully to somebody because you're still hinging on somebody who's going to piss you off.
Yeah,
The
I
fact
like.
that you this, that, and
I-
Bring
I
that
have-
work energy home.
yeah.
I have been there before. Like, if you tell somebody, like, hey, what's going on? What you mad about? And then you say nothing.
Oh no.
And I keep
You got
asking
one
you,
time.
and you won't tell me.
You got
And
one
then-
All
time.
right, no. We're not going to talk about it later because then I'm not going to feel like talking about it. I asked you what was wrong, and you said, well, I didn't feel like talking about it.
You got
All
one
right,
time.
now I don't feel like talking about it.
But that's wrong.
But
No.
listen, 'cause
No, it's not.
It's
No,
wrong.
No,
That's wrong.
But
Oh,
if,
no.
if the person says they don't feel like talking about it, they may be at
Not
a point
only that.
that they just can't talk about it right now. They do need to decompress, but like you continuously asking what's wrong. If
That's
they
gonna-
have
that's
said,
gonna-
like that's just kind of
Yeah,
ignorant.
that's
Not
gonna
like you
See,
said.
now,
If
if
they
you
said
tell me
if they
nothing,
said nothing, okay,
Right.
cool. That's when, and I had this conversation with y'all before, that you have to learn that if your girl is unable or doesn't know how to communicate with you effectively,
bro.
you as the person who's in a relationship with them and quote unquote loves them, you should be able to be like, okay, especially like not in the moment, like after the fact, be like, I don't like that you tell me nothing when something is obviously wrong. Like, how can you, but like, you gotta be able to communicate with me so I can help you. Like, being able to say that to a person who's emotionally unable to communicate their feelings
The thing
is
is,
next level connection.
a lot of times folks be mad, don't want to talk about it, but then they're taking it out on other folks. Why they don't want to talk about it?
And that's
For instance, young kids come in and be like, mommy, and like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, and then dad be like, what the fuck wrong with you? He's like, watch how you fucking talking to kids.
And if you doing
but
all
it seems like dad wrong for saying that.
If you
Like, you
doing
want to
all-
snap at everybody.
This is the thing, if you're doing it in
All
front
y'all
of
can
kids,
use hands.
if you see her have that reaction, that's when you just like either send the kids to the room or
Yeah,
y'all as
I'm
an
defending my
adult.
kid.
Oh hell no, you go to the room.
And see, that's the generational curse right there. You think you need to defend your kid in front of an adult when the kid don't even know what's going
No, they
on.
go to the
Either
room.
you separate yourself with her or send the kid away so you can be
It
like,
don't matter,
hey,
because I know what's going on. Like, if you're disrespecting a child, kids deserve just as
Then
much
go to
respect as
the
an
room,
adult.
like she said.
that's true. But again, if that person is emotionally unable to vocalize how they feel and they're just lashing out, as the logical adult in the
I'm like,
situation, you either
grow
say,
up.
hey, just go to your room.
Grow up.
Either you say, go to your room, I'm having a hard day, or you say, hey,
Yeah,
let's
of
go
course
to
you
the
do.
room real quick. Like, that is a emotionally intelligent person. Not cussing back at the grown person in front of the child. Not a child looking like, why is my parents cussing at
I
each
look
other?
at that shit.
What's going
I
on?
look at that shit as if somebody disrespect my old lady. Like, let's say, me and my old lady,
Not
somebody
even
say,
that.
hey, bitch, come here.
That ain't the
And I'm
same.
gonna correct his ass. That's how you
That's
respect me.
not
Now,
the
if we
same
at home
thing.
and you disrespect my child, I'm gonna address it the exact same way. Hey, don't talk to her like that. I'm respect the child. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And that's a problem, Rob. You're supposed to be able to be like, hey, okay, hold on, this is a little bit too much right now. Hey, so and so, daughter, son, go to the room real quick, so the adults can have a conversation, or you
So we
separate
used to get
her.
sent to the room.
did I say I was compassionate?
No, we don't.
We talk about a serious situation, and you don't do that in front of a kid. So petty season in front of a kid, that's dangerous because
y'all
that's
know, we can go start fighting. And guess what? Kids in the crossfire.
exactly, they're
Somebody
watching
get hurt.
it, and then that kids relay the same thing. So it's like if they at a friend house or at school, and two friends talking to each other, they're like, hey bitch, you ain't supposed to, and then when you get that call, you're like, oh my god, my kid is not like that. I don't know why they said that, and yet they heard you say it to their parent, like to their other parent. So you gotta think about that. Like you gotta think about kids are a sponge, and if you don't want them to have that generational curse, you gotta be able to separate yourself. Like damn, mama. And this is what my mom used to say. Like, hey, right now, mama's just having a bad moment. You know, I just need to separate myself. And we be like, okay, cool. And then you literally had a conversation with your mama when she is feeling bad. Mama, are you having a bad moment? And she be like, yeah. And then you're more intelligent about emotions.
If I hear my kids cut, I might laugh. Like, I ain't never heard them cut.
I don't think I'm gonna send my kids to the room. We can go to the room.
That's true. And it depends on the situation. Like,
We gonna talk about it.
yeah, like, hey,
Exactly, but that's the first thing I'm gonna feel like talking about.
I'm not gonna start
And
no
if
place
she
because
don't
you
feel
want
like
to be
talking
there.
about it, that's when you separate the kid. You say, hey, go to your room, because if she don't want to go to the room, somebody gonna leave so that we can have this adult conversation. Because that kind of conversation shouldn't be.
But that's
had
my whole point. If she not willing to talk, yeah, take your ass in there and see why you damn self in.
But
Be
that's what
honest
she
here.
was doing until the kids walked in.
But you're gonna take it out on everybody else.
Just stay the fuck out my way then. Just say you the kids.
Take
stay
your
the fuck
ass
out.
where you
Take your
want.
ass in
If
the
y'all
room.
know the firecracker
Take your
around
ass
the
back where
set,
you want.
well, I'm trying to calm my ass at this point.
First
At
of
this
all-
point, y'all know me.
First of all,
And if I need 2 minutes to calm down and y'all are,
Yeah, but that's like shoot. I believe
if
in
you
equal rights
come
and
home
left.
and you above 2 octaves, I'm be like, please get the fuck off. Cause I ain't got time.
Above 2 octaves.
so I can't even go to the damn shower.
Hey, I will
And
never
you
put my hands on you. But
Don't
you put
put
your hands
your
on
hands
me, I'm not gonna see a female. I'm gonna see a man.
First
Like I said.
you thought you could put y'all hands on each other? No way, because that's just.
Exactly. That's it. I believe in the same thing.
If you
But
put your hand on
touch
somebody,
me,
you
you're not a
don't
female
know-
anymore. You're a
You don't
man.
know how to express
I'm
yourself.
gonna treat you accordingly.
Feel that way too?
What?
If your girlfriend slap you, she's no longer a female, she's a man, he goes slap that ass.
I'm not gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna do the exact same thing you did to me. So she slapped me, I'm gonna slap you the shit back. It's the same thing.
I might.
You don't remember? Oh yeah, I forgot. This nigga stronger than me.
I can't really say what I do, but as a reflex, I might.
Exactly.
Have y'all ever put? I've never put my hands on somebody. 'Cause that's the ultimate level of disrespect.
Exactly.
Ain't no
That's the ultimate level of disrespect. I don't touch you, don't touch me.
I've been in a relationship where
But
I had to
she hit
teach
me
myself.
first, though.
I had to teach myself, I'm finna get you before you get me.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
That's dangerous.
Very dangerous.
That's not a good feeling to be in.
Which one? Like, get them like.
Because 9 times out of 10, if we in an argument, your ass finna come hit me first or whatever. So now
Why hit you for you?
I'm in beast
Yeah,
mode
brothers.
now. Huh?
Yeah, brother. All right, then, come on.
Shit.
We don't say that type of
Before
thing.
I don't give a damn about a bro. I got guns.
I
here.
told you, I'm legally, I'm licensed now.
Let's say the conversation right here. All right.
I'm not worried about that hand.
When we get there, just step outside, Sam. That's all
I know,
right.
that's a But that's a toxic trait I had to break myself out of because that's not normal. If your voice is getting loud with me and we're in an argument and now I feel like, oh, bitch, you finna hit me?
Exactly. That's like
That's
that's
not
the
normal.
trauma. You're like, oh my
That's
god.
trauma, yeah. And it's like, I
That's
got
my
to
bite
protect
me
me.
before.
I just
Huh?
used to leave.
That's my bite me before I get back.
Ain't nobody actually hit me. I don't
Well,
get
I got
breaking.
that's why I got the damn tattoo on my chest right here. I got a permanent bite
I'm
mark on my
telling you,
damn
I
chest.
see.
Damn.
The
I
furthest.
done been big, boy.
Nah, I ain't never
I
been
see
nobody
that
who
storm.
been big. I don't know. I don't think I've never been physically abused, but my ex-husband got to the point where he tried to like not allow me to leave a room, like trying to keep me in a room, and that's when I was like, oh nah, I'm gonna go ahead and get about this situation because that's where it starts. It's I'm gonna keep you in one position first, and then after that I'm gonna seclude you, and then now I'm gonna try to put my hands on you.
Yeah, they changed
So
up.
exactly, it escalates if that makes sense. So I was like, oh nah. When I realized that, that's when I got my divorce. I'm like, oh nah, there's something wrong with you, and I ain't even
I
trying
ain't even
to
gonna lie, I get
be
super
in that
bad.
situation.
Oh, I paid for that car, give me that car.
Exactly.
But if they put their
I
hands
just
on you,
don't like- I don't
you got
like
everybody
fights
put
because
their
I'm
hands
like,
back
oh.
on.
I don't like
I don't care if they
arguing.
have a penis or not. What the fuck is that got to do with anything? My 2-year-old daughter can slap me in the face. That shit hurt like hell. Or I'm my 3-year-old. That shit hurt like hell.
You
You think
slap
a
her back?
full-grown woman gets weaker or something? No, she get way stronger.
If your daughter slaps you, you slap her back?
That's a baby. You know what I'm saying? I was like, come here. Like, I'm to a 3-year-old. Like, but a grown woman? Okay, sister. She really strong. I'm like, you're a bitch. Hold, let me show you why I'm not your bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, now if I hit her and she hits right here again, oh, we just gonna fall apart. Fight right there.
That's different than what you're saying. You're saying she called you a bitch and then you want to hear her. Nah, if your ego bruised that much for somebody calling you a name.
I was like, you can say what you want. That's not like you, bitch. If you put your hands on me, I'm going to defend myself.
I bet you won't do that.
Like, I'm a man, you're a woman. You need to realize that. I'm stronger than you, and I can physically hurt you better than you can do it to me. But a lot of people think that they can be a whoop niggas' asses.
But I mean, to be honest, those kind of females who be like that is cause ain't nobody ever really like beat them.
I
Like,
saw
not male perspective, but they be like,
I
oh,
saw
so
some video where
everybody I done beat, and it's like you
I
gonna
saw-
come across the right female, they gonna dog you out. Like,
and I saw a video where these 4 girls trying to jump this one girl, and the boyfriend was there. He said, y'all come over here, I'm gonna lay you the fuck out. And she said, I'm gonna beat your ass too. She ran up to him and he plopped her ass and laid her out.
I think I see
And
that.
I told you what was gonna happen. Like, he warned you. Like,
Female don't believe that shit.
like, you gonna hit a female? Yes, because she hit me. Like,
You try, hell. I'm gonna let your ass
you
out.
think all the three females want to run up over there? No. Like,
and now
shit, I ain't trying to get
like,
laid out.
ooh, she did it. She
Like these females, they run up on like police officers and shit. Oh, y'all got no fear. A full grown man ain't gonna do that.
No, the grown man gonna get shot.
not even that.
Y'all see these police officers really shooting females, be having the niggas.
Shit, they don't even take female. I'll take the fuck out of one of y'all.
They might pepper spray her and then maybe
You got
Tesla.
some real.
That's about it.
Got some real hostility.
Right. That's
I'm all for equal treatment. I
You
promise.
said equality is what you saying.
Shit, you do me, I do you.
Now,
All 2,000 votes.
but see, you know what's crazy? I would want the kind of taser that the police officers have, cause you ain't like that means if you running up on me.
Oh, you get shoot at me?
Yeah, cause me a handheld taser like that's already too personal. Exactly. Like at that point, like if you that close to me, I don't even know if I can really press
I'm
the
gonna tell you
button.
right now.
I need to beat
The
your
hand,
ass right
the
now.
hand taser is way better. Because once you fire that thing off, there's another person, what you gonna do?
are you gonna slap that thing?
You gonna throw the gun at him?
That's probably your best bet. That's shit already.
Exactly.
Oh, shit already.
You cartoon. Yeah.
Literally, I can tell. Got your ass. Got your ass. Like,
I wouldn't even have the reflexes or like when people be carrying that bear mace. I'll mace a bitch.
Right.
Cause if I make sure you are disabled, like you are not.
Bear mace is
here.
Yeah.
Bear mace can kill a person.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
That's
it.
They can blind
I
you.
need to get some bear mace.
Bear mace.
Hell yeah, no.
We're gonna go spin the block right quick and bear mace a couple people.
Exactly.
Bitch,
Bear mace.
bitch.
Yep, I'm on your ass. Like, okay.
That shit started fuck.
Exactly. And you gotta make sure you're the one that's a gel and not a spray. If it's a spray and the wind come back, you don't fuck yourself up. If it's a gel, if once you make contact with skin, you're done.
I've done that before. Tested out some spray and that shit came.
Like damn, I got myself like
Right.
that.
I got maced one time in Club Money's. Lil Boozy ain't show up.
I remember that shit. Tell me with that.
Is that when they trashed the
Hell yeah! I was that's my shit too. I paid $100 to get up in 2 weeks.
I
I
remember
thought that
that
was the Whiskey
shit.
River. He didn't show up till they traded.
Nah, it was Club Money first.
Damn.
But yeah, they did. They trashed Whiskey River too.
$100.
Y'all gonna get another thing. Boost about to go tonight.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
There were so many.
I know. I ain't bought it on. All I do is walk
So
to
you
the
should be sending stuff and I'm like,
I paid $100 to get me somewhere, and then the motherfucker don't show up.
Bitch, I came from Middle Georgia, Warner Robins, where I'm at. I'm on 247 riding.